I can't wait to hear what you're going to say about this. Okay, the next one is from Rena. Dear Elizabeth, I keep meeting very avoidant guys who never seem to want to commit. How do I stop myself from feeling like such a failure in love? Thanks so much, Rena.
Well, I don't know how old you are, Rena, but it does seem to be a generation in which people don't want to commit. And there's a lot of hookups
Mm.
more than attempts to create something lasting. And so maybe you just have to accept that you're part of the generation that you're a part of.
That's depressing. What do you think? So you don't strike me as avoidant at all. If anything, you're probably a commitment addict.
Yeah, I like one thing. I'm in all parts of life, including romance. I one thing at a time.
Yeah,
You know,
so you long-term monogamy, but you've been
yeah,
married 5 times.
yeah.
Yes.
But this time round, everybody in my family said finally,
I know. Did Eliza got T-shirts made up with "finally"
with
printed on
finally
them?
on them.
Yes.
Yeah, which I have.
She seems completely wonderful. I'm not just saying that because she uses
No,
her
no,
middle
she
name,
is
which is
completely
Eliza.
wonderful.
Yeah. Rena, as someone, so I don't know how much you know about my personal life. I got divorced in my mid 30s, and then I was single in my late 30s and was using apps for the first time,
Mm.
and it was terrifying for multiple reasons. And I think in that phase of my life, I definitely had a tendency to meet avoidant men. And after a while, I realised that that's probably because that's what was familiar to me in some way. And there was a part of me that felt it was extraordinarily passionate, never quite to know what you were going to get. Like whether someone was going to turn up or not, whether they wanted to commit or not. And this sort of sense of uncertainty I confused for romance and love. And actually, I now realise I needed to learn that lesson, that I was making that error, because now true love for me is feeling safe.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and having consistency.
No, but I also think, and I would say this constructively to Rena, is that it arrives from the not. It never arrives from the direction you're looking in.
Yes.
It comes up behind you and smacks you on the head, and then you've got no option but to be in love.
Well, literally for you, because you walked into a glass
I
door.
walked into a glass door and fell in love.
I, the day that I met my husband, who I did meet on Hinge, a dating app, I walked into this bar and I sat down. It was raining outside and I was taking my coat off and everything. And the bar stool started wobbling and I fell over. The bar stool wobbled fatally. I fell onto the floor and it was the most embarrassing moment of my life. In the first 5 minutes of meeting this very handsome man, anyway, I also literally fell in love.
Literally fell. Well, there you are. You see, a little falling over might help.
Yes. Yeah. And Rena, actually, the same thing that we said to Philippe, treat every date as data acquisition. It's not a rejection of you if someone is emotionally avoidant. It's data that you can acquire about what you want to do differently next time and what you want differently in someone else. So that's a way to avoid feeling like a failure. You're just experimenting and you're learning more and you're gaining more valuable knowledge. And good luck. Okay. Don't walk into glass doors. Right. I hope you enjoyed that video. Be sure to check out the full episode of How to Fail wherever you get your podcasts. And also make sure you're following us on social media for all the latest updates.